first time JAMB recorded mass failure. When they said that majority of students failed, I saw 300. I thought that was it all. You have been offered SLT. God, this is not what you said. When they were like, put the buttons out. What's my score? So I got 300. Like, so what? I was okay, let's have it. So, like, Jesus, I was so scared. I applied for last week. Oh my God, I beg. Guys, my name is Ogoyesi Knowledge, and today I'll be sharing with you my last admission experience. Yes, so 2024 is I wrote JAMB 2024, and before writing JAMB, I never knew what I was going to study. Like, I was so confused that okay, this is because I didn't want to study. There were so many options, so many things, so many like choice of career that I was interested. Like, I was so interested in, but then I couldn't say okay, I want to go for this. And when my teachers did in secondary school asked me, what else? I was like, so I don't know. I don't like how you say don't know. I mean, this is street. So I stayed at home for a year because I was underaged. Yes, so I was underaged. So I finished school 2023. So I stayed that year, 2023, and I wrote JAMB the following year. And then, so when it was time to fill JAMB form and stuff like that, I was like, no, you have to write something. Or like, hey, like you have to write something because when you want to fill your JAMB form, they will ask you your course of study and stuff like that. That was my first time writing JAMB, so there was no experience and stuff like that. So one told me, okay, I was going to fill it form. On that form, I have to put my choice of career and stuff like that. So like, you know what? Just go and pray about it. Or like, I think that's the best thing to do since I have not completed on what career path I should take. And so I went to God in prayers, and those prayer points I just prayed. I was like, God, put your desire in my heart. That was the prayer I prayed because I initially medicine. I hated medicine. To be honest, I hated medicine. Like medicine as a career, I hated medicine. I hated medicine and stuff like that. And yes, so and during the course of waiting upon God and stuff like that, so he read to me that it was medicine, and he actually assured me that it's medicine I want to go for, and you give me what I need. You give me what I need to. You understand, to get the course. Actually, I was an average student. I was not that okay. No. I was like an average student. Do you understand? I was a student that was, you understand, struggling to. Not that I was struggling. I was not struggling academically, but I was. This was when I was striving to be the best. Do you understand? An average student trying to be the best. That's how I was doing my secondary school days. I was good. I was okay, but then I wanted to be the best. Do you understand? So and I knew that okay, this medicine. It's actually a course that's very competitive, right? When you hear that, don't be medicine. This is competitive and stuff like that. You understand? So, and like since God has given me the assurance that you give me support I need, so I believe that okay, I'll get it. That was it. That was the faith I had. Okay, I'm going to put in. I knew I was going to put in the work. I knew I was going to read, and so I read. Jesus, I read. I wasn't working then. I was working. I was a teacher then. But that was not an excuse not to read. In fact, if after work, I will come back. I'll read. During break, I'll carry my JAMB verses, so my JAMB remix my book, and I'll study because I was like because my mom was saying that you want to get this lesson, you have to get like 300 plus. I'm like I'll get 300 plus. I'm like yes, like you have to do definitely well. Like you have to your JAMB score has to be very high before you can actually say okay, you want to do medicine. And so with prayers and what kept me going was just what God said. I'm telling the truth. The assurance he gave me was going to support me, and that was what gave me that assurance and that push that okay, God says he said that he will do it, right? He said that he has given me support on this career part. Then I just need to put in the work, right? I need to read hard. I studied hard. Like I would say that my JAMB period was like it was period I studied. In fact, sleepless nights, some of the past questions, it was not easy. I'm not like it was not easy because I was actually working out as a teacher then. And so when JAMB results came out, I went because yes, and that was the year 2024 was the year that there was mass failure. Oh my goodness, I was so much scared because before JAMB results comes out, JAMB will do his policy meeting and stuff like that. And so like when they said that majority of students failed, I was like wow, hey, oh my God, I beg. They're like, you understand? I think the percentage of people that got 200 plus, they're like, I think they were not up to 50. They're like, I think it was they're like 20%. Yes, and people that failed were, you understand, were more. I can't remember, but I think. But it was the percentage of people that got 200 plus so was very small, like 25. Which 25? It was only 25 that year, 2024. I can't remember, but I knew that year was the first time JAMB recorded mass failure. It started 2024, and so I was more scared to take my results. So my mom is that person. She's so she's so excited. Like even though she's not the one that is doing this, not the one that wrote the exam, but she's so excited to just sit. And then when I knew that JAMB result was that I didn't take my own immediately because first time I checked was not going, so it did not go. So when I checked again, it did not work again. I was like, what's happening? See the result or what? So more like we tried again in the afternoon. So before then I went out to buy something. I was praying to God that God, please just prove yourself. You said that you do this. Told me that you're going to support me and let this result come to my understand my expectation and stuff like that. So and my expectation was 200 plus. I'm telling you, that's what I expected, like 200 plus. My expectation was high, but then at some point it became low. Something now. So yeah. So when the result came out, what I did was that I sent that code. There's one code I used to turn that I've forgotten. I think 44019. I can't remember. You said it was 44019. Okay, 5. I don't know, sir. I've forgotten, sir. So I sent it and immediately I sit on my phone because I don't sit immediately and I went to sleep. Yes, and my mom was that didn't even go. So when I woke up, immediately I just saw SMS. Dear Ogoyesi, I didn't even go to the SMS first. So when I went to it, I saw 200. But I screamed. Like, I screamed. Mom was like, what? I heard her like, mom, like, what? I said, like, I got 300. Mom was so happy. I was so happy. Like, I thought that was it all. Until the readmission process started. My first of my school of first choice was actually LASU, Lagos State University. And before and my mom inquired that, okay, this school, do you think she can get medicine and stuff like that? I think my argument, LASU don't use supposed to me. Then it was 50% O level, 50% PTM. Right? And so when I calculated my grades was 79.9. Yeah, those some point marks later 80, it was 79.9. That was my grade. This 79.9, 79. I can't remember, I think it was 79. But around that, those I think one mark was 1.something marks later 80. So and this lecture that and so we asked her, okay, well, this is the JAMB score. Do you think okay she can get it? Do you think it's visible that this message? So like what are the either there was JAMB and there was mass so they can reduce it and stuff like that. And actually I'm not an indigene of LASU. Yes, I'm not an indigene of LASU. So I will let us say that I'm not an indigene of LASU. Yeah, so that year too, I created position form. I think the position form came it came late. That year it was admission process was very slow. Like school did admission late. That year it was admission form. And in fact, if schools were releasing their admission like the same time, you at the time last release zone, same time you like release zone to you are release zone. So that at that point, schools were doing it like at the same time. I think they planned this that okay, this time around they won't give any opportunity to like okay, you say you want to switch school. So it was like 50-50. You understand? Because there was no opportunity to say you want to switch school because school released theirs at the same time and they closed their form at the same time. So you can answer okay, I want to go to Unilag and you will release the position immediately. So if you like milk and not switch, so there was no for that year. It was okay 50-50. And so yes, I applied for medicine, I applied for LASU, and some people were like, I want to go for Unilag and stuff like that. Like, no. And one thing that really I didn't pray about, not as if I didn't pray about it, but I was like, it seems LASU that go to go to because my siblings, my big brother went to LASU, my elder sister went to LASU. So like, I'm like, I should just go to LASU since it's closer to my stuff like that. So I didn't really like put in the prayer that okay, we'll go this school. I just felt like okay, since go to this LASU. Just like I had the assurance that God wants me to go to LASU and stuff like that. And yes, so coming to September, September. I think that was when they did that posting from. So I shall my posting. In fact, if I made mistakes twice and stuff like that, in that posting, you have to even understand. So that was the period that I was praying so much. I was praying. Then they started. I think they did it for a month. I think it was around that September. Yeah, late September that they started using that mission. And so it was midnight. Yeah. So first batch was released. And one thing about the school is that anytime they release first batch, they release it on JAMB portal, like JAMB portal. And so when I was so anxious, I was like, hey, God, give me magic. And when I went to my JAMB portal, I saw not admitted yet. And some people started seeing already, you understand? Some people started seeing already and stuff like that. So we're asking, I was trying to look for someone that's so for medicine. I think at that point they do release it. I think they do start from Aspirant, I don't even know, sir. But then at first, no medicine. My mom was like, okay, I was cool, like, okay. They continue releasing first batch next day. I noticed that some people like medicine aspirants they seeing admission on like wow. I went to go and take. I saw no admission yet. She was really scared. Like, the next day again because that first batch I think they said they released it for like 3 days, straight. It was still dropping. And so I did not see how. But like calm down. Okay. After they were done with first batch, I didn't see my name on the JAMB portal. I was just not admitted, and that was one that I was so scared. I was so scared that because the reason I was so scared was that that year 2024, JAMB was like they're not going to allow 16-year-old kids because they were like they're not going to allow 16-year-old kids to enter school from next year. Like, it's going to be from 18 years and above, and that was like the last chance I had. Like if I want to enter school that year, that 2024 was the only like I had to just get it. I must enter because next year, according to what they said, then like they're not going to allow 16 years old kids. I'm 17. It's only 18, and if I don't get it that year, that means I was going to wait for 2 years. That is if they had implemented that policy. So I was so scared because that was my fear. Like, you understand? And I wanted that first like that medicine because it was as if initially I didn't like medicine. I don't like to anything that's with blood or anything. I hated it. Like I don't like medicine. My mom was like, when I was like, no. Until like I remember I told you guys that when I prayed that God put some desire in my heart. Then that desire for medicine just started. You understand? And I had God speak to me that He had given me assurance for that. So about that career, but I was so confident that okay, I get this and I must get it. So when first batch came, I didn't see my name. My heart was going I was so scared. I said crying. I was crying to go down. Like, God, you know what this is like. So and what about that I didn't like that was that they were releasing that batch so like the gap between first batch and second batch was so much. Before they released the second batch, it was like after 3 weeks. See the way they just wasted time. I think they had released everything after they said to know they okay, get the option. Let me cross after that. So that if it was only that it was all school that at that moment they were just doing their stuff slowly that year. So second batch came, and that was school portal. I didn't see my name, and there was one guy that I knew. Yes, he's an indigent, and my point was actually higher than him. I think with 2 marks, he was giving medicine. That's not because I once about last week that they figured that once you're last week indigent and your average is okay, you understand? maybe you are going for medicine. I don't know about now, but then you are going for medicine. Maybe you are 70 something, 77, 78, 76. I'm not sure about what. I think from 76, 77, 78, they can consider you actually. You understand? So the guy, I know him. He was my friend, like online friend in Aspirant because of this admission process. So we connected, and we were like, honestly, I've seen admission. We were like, Jesus, we were like, Jesus. I went to go and take my school last week. I didn't say anything. Like, sorry, I'm not be giving them so yet. When I stay crying, like, God, this is how you pass me by and stuff like that. Like, people tell me, let's calm down, It's not like me that they think that should come down, that we still see, that they're still dropping it, but I think they're dropping it by name, that insists my name, my son is start from O, that she expects that they will drop it, like you get other than that, they're still dropping A. I'm like, oh, okay, let me believe, and stuff like that. So, second batch came, I used to my name. I think second batch ran for like 1 week. So every day I was checking it. In fact, safe, that porter was my friend at that moment. In fact, nothing else mattered to me. That resources and I was so depressed. That's how I put it. I was so moody and in fact, safe, that's the time. In fact, to even smile was broken, and I was teaching. In fact, if I want to even when I want to teach my student, I was fake the happiness, but deep down, I was not happy. She says I was not happy that moment. Second batch left. I'm finished. Sorry, I mean, finished second batch. I just said my name, and then they were like, "Calm down, calm down." They see more. I think there are 3 batches like to go. Because that's what they read like almost like 6 batches. In fact, I think they will see me release even for my trip. But then my own pastor, when I was so worried and stuff with that, okay, I don't want to wait and then they'll change my course. I actually want it that okay to be my course. Just and some people were like, okay, once you don't see your name, first batch for medicine, second batch for medicine, that don't forget it's like in fact it's just like 0.1% that those batch, even though you feel like those batch, they'll give you medicine. Just and so first batch I didn't see my name. Second batch I did not see my name. And now before they released those batch, I think that one was no longer. They took like 3 weeks. It's how it was. They kept everyone on suspect. Like they kept everyone like, oh my goodness. I think they released this once. Like okay, release first batch, second batch. It's like better, but this one like the gap between first batch and second batch, it was like 3 weeks gap. So before they released those batch, I waited for like 3 weeks. Oh my goodness, that period, like oh my goodness. In fact, I faked happiness that moment because I was not happy. Every day I was crying, like every day, every single blessed day I do cry. I was like, God, I told you that this is no. When God tells you something and you like, God, you don't accept this thing. You don't accept this thing, God, because at that point it's got to a time that some people advise that okay, I should change to pharmacy before the admission process starts because once admission process starts in LASU and you change your course, it is gone. Just to get admission. You understand? Once the admission starts, you can't change course, like you can't change your course. You just have to just understand, just hold on to faith and believe. But before admission process started, some people advise me to change to pharmacy. And I'm like, pharmacy, okay. I'm like, no, this is not what God said. God said medicine. I want to change this pharmacy. I was so stubborn. Because I'm like, no, do you think you can change pharmacy? Because I'm hearing that this is your point. It might not really. So, mom, since you're not an in-detail, that it might not, you understand, it might not really, that it's 50-50. I'm like, mommy, let's trust God. This is what God said. Let go will be done. If I go to point, I'm like, let go will be done. If it's what I said, we do it. Anyhow you want to do it, let him do it. That's that. So, at that thought, when thought about that, I was like, God, let it will be done. That's what I was saying, like, God, let it will be done. But I just know that I would study medicine. Or like, God, let it will be done. And so, those bats came. It was early in the morning, they released those bats. And when they were like, those bats is out. Like, I ran downstairs because we stayed upstairs. I don't want anyone around me to even sit. Yes, I want to sit first. So I pretended that I wanted to go and do something downstairs. You understand? So I'm like, oh, I'm like, mommy, I want to go and do something. I was like, okay, no problem. I went downstairs. I cannot forget. I can still remember the room where so I like thought was okay, let's have it. Then I open my phone. Then I take my phone. God. I mess up. Congratulations, you have no fun admission. That's not even matter to me. Yes, and what was the course? Yes, and when I saw congratulations, I didn't want like I was not moved. What my mom was like, okay, let me just search the course. I said congratulations, you have been offered SLT. God, I broke into tears that moment. You know that when they say I'm sure they'll be happy. I cried. I was God, this is what they said. Oh goodness, I cried. Man, I cried. And like all I was saying, I was just screaming like, God, this is not what you said. God, why? I was crying. Just that they heard my voice from upstairs. I remember around straight up downstairs. I was like, mommy, what happened? I'm like, mommy, they changed my course. They changed my course, yes. I had to change my course to SLT. Science Laboratory Technology. Yes, so that was the college. That was what they changed my stuff to. I cried. I sincerely cried. No, I cried. Like, I cried. In fact, I cried. I cried. My mom even drew me to cry because, you understand, she knew the... My mom cried so because, once my mom is that when she sees the effort of a child, you understand, she saw the effort, she saw the struggle, doing preparation for the JAMB, she saw the confidence, she saw the faith. And at that point, it was my sister too cried. Yeah. And in fact, we immediately, mom called some, you get some, inside as in LASU, and told them about what happened. This is what happened. Some were like, that should go to the school and stuff like that. That is not fair. That even though they don't want to teach my course, they're not supposed to teach my course, that kind of thing. So that they're like, that, you understand, on the norms, that I'm meant to get it. Since that score for that year was very low. It was very, very low, very, very low. You know, they're like, that this I is high. Just that and stuff like that. And people with something that I got hired and they gave them medicine, but they were indigents. They were indigents, yes. People that know they were indigents actually. I'm not saying they're not some people that go eat something. There are students that are non that go eat something and they didn't give them. Yes, that's not you understand. So I think before I saw my mission, when they like when we got 83, they don't give. I was like, my faith was still strong. And I was like, my case is different. It's good as fuck and something like that. You understand? So when I saw the admission, when they changed my course, I we went to my mom called. She called some insiders in LASU, like people that work in LASU to do like I should come to school immediately, I should go to admission office and go and complain or something like that. So even with tears, swollen eyes, I'm like, oh yeah, LASU, yeah. So we went to LASU. Like immediately we went there. You understand? I've not eaten, I've not done anything that day. I just immediately went to LASU. So we went there and trying to go to the admission office. First my eyes swollen up. If you see me that day, you like something wrong with it. So I was went to the admission office. It took time to just wait. So actually when we went here, they're like, that's what's my score? So I got thrown out like so what? Jesus, like those days I struggled for like the way the man like the way the admission officer, the way he spoke down in that moment, it was like a spat on my foot. They're like, okay, and so what? Yes, you got thrown out and what? So the man was like, that I'm never happy said that they even gave me course. That they put it there like, I'm never happy. Like I'm never happy that they even gave me something. No, they're not supposed to even give me anything. That what's the 300? What's my aggregated? That you get so like that. They're like that they gave 85 and above only for medicine, which was not true. I remember I told that I knew. Is it that even they are indigent? That it was 85 that they gave. I need to not because I know some that got less than 80. I even got one and they gave them medicine, though they were indigent. So the man was like, I don't think they can do. And they cannot tell my mom so that's better. They were like telling my mom that my mom should advise me to better go and take the SLT. Otherwise I'll stay at home for 2 years. Something like that. Good. I cried again. And I was crying for the man. I was like, don't cry here, don't cry office. Don't cry, don't cry. Get out. I like Jesus. I like this one not anymore being like God. So like, you will be like, are people human beings at all? Like, do they have feelings? Because my eyes are really like it's full of like this. In fact, you pity me. Do you see that as they're going back home? Oh my God. In fact, like we went to meet someone because there's this man that do tutorial for last white thing. You understand that? Yes. So mommy knows him and stuff like that. The one was like, that's just take this up to you that they don't think I'm there. I see me I want to stay at home for 2 years. That whole person. So like she even thank God that they even give me. I'm just that they don't give her to uncle. Oh, like this no like, this is not what God said. That's what I was saying. Just that I was this is not what God said, sir. Look at like let's like we that thing is me going. And it was a tough time for me. This is that when I was going on. Oh, like no, it's calm down. I was like, mommy, don't tell me that one. So here's that that one, they laughing at us for that. Because it was just so funny and so sad at that moment for me. And then I went back home. I told my sister everything that happened. My sister bought entities. And so, do you know why my family were not happy? Because they saw the efforts, they saw the struggle, they saw the faith, they saw the confidence. And you understand? All what I could just say at that moment was, this is not what God said. Because what now I mean that if God didn't say it, there's this confidence I have so much in God's word that if God told me something, I know that He don't know like it will come to pass. But I was so shocked. Wow. So that day I didn't eat. I cried throughout that day. I was begging that please eat now, please now. This is not the end of the world for that. So I'm like, that what do you think I should do now? That should I wait? Should I wait for 2 years, or I should take this SLT then take JAMB again? I said, Mom, if I take this SLT, I promise I won't study it to my heart. That's what I said. I said, I'm not going to study this course to my heart. I will not study this course to my heart at all. That this is not what God said. This is not God's plan for me. Like, this is not God's plan. I'm like this. I know that this is not God's plan for me. Well, what is the way out now? What do you think we should do now? At that point, my heart was so heavy. Sorry, what I meant, like, my heart, it was so heavy to even talk to God at that moment. What I could just say, like, God, why? You understand? I was just so like, this that's no, this is what God said. That's like that. And so, like, let us pick SLT and take JAMB again to avoid me just staying at home for 2 years or like that. So it was that JAMB policy that even made me more scared. JAMB policy. So I told myself, Mom, I'm ready to wait for 2 years. I told her that I'm ready to wait for 2 years at home. That I will not take this course because you know what God said. You understand? And so, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that okay, I'm not grateful that they gave me admission, but this is not what God said. I was angry because it wasn't good of God for me. Just that. And so that moment, it was a moment of tough decision because it's either I stay at home for 2 years or I take the course. So my sister cried. So I'm like, why are you crying now? I'm like, it's not fair. Life is not fair. You know, say like I told my mom, I said, Mom, there's no reward for hard work. I said it, I cannot be like that. I'm like, don't ever say that. Like that was the point. That's this. They actually smart on. Like so, the mom said, no. At that moment, to cut long story short, I agreed. I was like, okay, I'll take you something, but I'll write down again. And the next day, my mom just woke me up. I'm like, no, like, you know what? You're not going to do that course. I'm like, ah, why did you change your mind again? So like, you're not going to study this. Or like, that why? So like, no, that's this not truly that is not what God actually wanted me to study. I was surprised that okay, why the sudden change of mind and stuff like that? Because no, I didn't know, like okay, nice LT. I'll write JAMB next I'll write JAMB because that JAMB was what was just scaring me that moment. That policy. So almost like I shouldn't even worry about that policy. Like to know old, like to know that they've been saying it before. That and I'm not going to last 6 years and they don't let that it were praying that more like that she even believe that God never allow it to even happen. That I should just take SLT, write JAMB next year and like, well, like why like I say you do to paper ah and so like say you do to paper I knew that after the paper was under she going to because said I will do ma. And so when we checked to pay really like I think they've closed most schools they've closed and spent portal. They had to pay before and stuff like that. And even before then too, after I lost the admission, I could not change any school. The only school I didn't want them even these people say. I actually applied for another school. That was Union Shoe, but I didn't let that go because I collected the form. But I didn't I think I wanted to collect the form but I did not collect the form later on because I'm like you know what it's too far. And now it was very sure that I was going to get it. No, though it might not be medicine. Because I changed to nursing then I was like, okay, well, let me just choose nursing then. My first year, I will make sure I get ICTP then switch to medicine. That was the plan. But then God had his own plan. You understand? One was like it's too far that she can't I had to not reason media. You understand? So like let me just do the paper and so I'm like okay, I will do the paper. And so before I took that paper form, I was like, God, please tell me this is right spot. Let me know whether I'm not gonna waste my other year of my life doing what we know later work. And so I prayed concerning it and he gave me the assurance that this one will work, that we get my medicine through the paper. And that was what kept me going. I was like so like he pushed him down, okay, you know what? Hard work will eventually pay and so I still maintained that spirit of, diligence and determination. I hope that I read before I said, I newspaper you read. Hey, you read. See please you want to do the paper, I'm breaking any more word. Don't go there and waste your time. You know that you cannot endure, you cannot read. Please don't do the paper, I'm begging you. You won't waste your parents' money because that place is you will read. That was another season of my life again and that is another story entirely. Don't worry, I will make another video for that. My Japan Arizona story experience. This is LASU, so I did to pay. And I got 60 points to the grace of God. In fact, that waiting period of that Japan waiting period and like the admission waiting period and that story entirely, I was still shit down. And eventually I got medicine through Japan. So that was it. That's how I got medicine. And through Japan. I got medicine and I was so happy. And looking back now, it seems I'll even put that to like maybe the best, I'll be the best title for the story is when God says wait. Yes, when God says wait. Because if you look at it, God actually didn't lie, right? But then that was not his time. You understand? God's time is actually the best. If God says he will do it, he will do it. Your ways is not his ways. Your plan is not his plan. But one thing I know is that whatever he says that he will do. And that's the summary of my story. That waiting upon God, it's not actually waste. You will think, okay, time is against you. You think, okay, you are being delayed, or you are being drawn back, or stuff like that. No. God is actually paying something bigger. I do not choose that SLT. You think I'll have gotten the medicine? No. Just and sometimes you don't need to rush. You just need to take your time. So far, it's God accepts. That's why everyone has to hear God's voice. Everyone has to, you have to, you have to hear God name them because that's the confidence. That was the confidence that kept me through. Just and I was so like, wait, this kid did not give up. This kid still read. If I said Japan, nobody knew about the story. Just that. Because my goodness, that Japan period, like I came to Japan with a heavy heart. God, I was so hot. Like I was so hot. But then, I don't know. I came to Japan with a heavy heart, but like I'm not going to give up. God said to work. I will get it to this one. And so let me put my effort and stuff like that. And I eventually got it. So, what's one lesson I want to tell them that Mama, please wait upon God. And hear God. Hear God, I'm telling you, like, let it be like we used to like I don't know how I'm going to put it, but whatever you do, let God be involved. Make sure you know what God is saying. Just and it saves time. It saves time and just and so one is let God's voice be your confidence. At that point, people are telling me when I want to take JAMB again, I should not take medicine. I should change to pharmacy. Some people just give me different advices, different just and but what kept me going, what kept me focused was because this is what God said. Just and I didn't hear God. I can easily be swayed away by what people are saying, by other people's decision, just and by fear itself. But then, because that was my confidence that this is what God said, and I tell people that his hand was on it. Remember, I told you initially that he said that he's going to support me, and he did. He did. The road might not be easy. Looking back, the journey was not easy. joining from JAMB, joining from JPEG, waiting, admission. Oh my goodness, your heart want to go like this. Admission period is. I see. I feel you guys. If you're watching me and you are trusting. You are also trusting God. Please don't be afraid. Once God says He will do it, He will surely do it. Just I know how you feel at this point. I know how it is. If you are watching me, I have not got admission yet. I know how it feels. Just put your mind at rest, please. Don't let fear. At that point, they will bring different thoughts. Now, what if you don't get it? What if? What if? What if? What if? Even though I got 350, they will still put what if you don't get it? That's them himself. That's him himself. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned one or two. Yes. I hope you learned one or two. And also people that are aspiring to go to LASU. I don't know what to say, but then let God lead you. Let God lead you. And one time I want you to know that LASU actually favors the identity. Yes. Because you're don't mean like that one because you had maybe you have low score, instead that you want to go for medicine only. If your score is okay, they will give you. That's for indigenous one. Indigenous. So now medicine every year is getting competitive. So I don't know. I don't have an update, but make sure you just make sure you involve God and with prayer, everything is possible. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you so much. I hope you learned one or two. Yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I want you guys to comment what stood out most for you in this story. Like, what I learned for through my story. Yeah, and this is me saying God loves you and I love you. See you next time. I'll be releasing some videos. I'm going to be releasing series of videos based on my admission story. Yes, I'm going to tell you guys about my GPAP experience, my GPAP admission experience. In fact, I'm going to talk about. Don't worry, story time. Story time. So, if you want more videos like this, subscribe so that you can be notified when I release more video. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye. See you when I see you. Bye bye.